Well, hi there. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Coffee and a Chat. It is New Year's! Hooray! So you've made it to 2017, and that's very exciting. I've got my coffee, and you're here, so let's get started. This is a very exciting week for me personally because it's 2017, and a lot of people felt like 2016 was a dumpster fire. I had a lot of great things. I had a lot of rough things. And I'm just really glad to start out this new year with you. It's very exciting. Last week we talked about goals because my goal workshop free was starting last week. And many people have written me and told me what it meant to them and how valuable they found it. And people have posted on the Facebook group about how great it is. People have shared it on Facebook. I am really, really delighted with how many people have found positive impact in their lives because of that. So I'm including the link in the description of this video. If you feel like you would like to create some goals and live the life that you know you're deserving of, please click on that link, register for the class. It's totally free. It takes about a few hours to actually write out your entire life vision and your plan for the next 5 years. Trust me, it is worth the investment of time, and it's free. So it's also, it's probably worth well over the investment of the money that you put into it. People have actually asked me how they can donate to me. So I put some donation links in there as well. So anyway, one of the things that people have written me about and posted in the Facebook group and kind of generally said to me is that they're surprised by the ambitiousness of their goals. And I'm so glad to hear this because we only really are here for a limited amount of time and we're only here for one life as far as we know. And so you better make the best of it, right? You better go out and get what you want. And some people have written saying, well, I don't know, maybe I did have all these big ambitions, but do I really need that? Am I being greedy? Is this a worthy goal or am I being silly? Well, let me tell you. First of all, if you want it, it's not silly. And I'm serious about that. If you want something, no matter how ridiculous it sounds, if that means wearing American flag hot pants on the cover of Rolling Stone, if that is your vision, it's not frickin' silly, okay? It's your vision and you totally deserve to have it. And as I mentioned in my goal workshop, if you want it, it is within your realm of possibility to go get it because you wouldn't have that desire if the opportunity was not available to you, if the way was not in the realm of possibilities for you, if there wasn't a clear route. Or at least a route, maybe not necessarily totally clear, but if there was not a route to get there, you would not have that desire. That's just not the way the universe works. So if you have that wish, it is there. Now, a lot of people are overwhelmed by their goals. They write them down and they think, oh no, this is too big. This is really big. I don't know if I can achieve this. That's okay. I actually, I'm a scholar of people's lives. And that's because I've heard it's said that success is reproducible. It is just a series of steps. So if you see somebody that has something that you want, just find out how they got it and reproduce those steps and you will reproduce their success. And once you realize it is that simple, I think Jim Rohn was the first person who said that in a way that I really got it. If you really internalize that and if you think about that, then you could achieve the same things that Ted Turner achieves. If Donald Trump has proven anything, it's that literally anybody could be president. There you go. If you want to achieve the things that somebody else has achieved, do those things. Yes, we all start from a different place. The playing field is not level, but you have to accept the ideas that are helpful and useful to you and looking at the playing field going, oh, that's so much harder, and then not doing the actions that they did. Well, that's really cheating yourself out, right? I mean, you might as well go for it. Pardon me. So I was reading this Tools of the Titans by Tim Ferriss, which I'm not a Tim Ferriss fan. I didn't find the 4-Hour Workweek very interesting or exciting or enlightening, but he did come out with a book that actually is a compilation of the important lessons that he has learned from his years of interviewing successful people for his podcast, and that seemed like that was well worth a read. So, because even though I don't want to live Tim Ferriss's life, there's certainly a lot of people in here, Malcolm Gladwell, Seth Godin, there's many, many people in here. But I was reading it last night, and because Wild and Crazy New Year's Eve was me on the couch with a book. But one of the things that James Altucher said, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about with the goals are too big and they're scary, is no idea is so big that you can't take the first step. James Altucher said that, and it resonated so strongly with me that I underlined it twice and I put a little sticky note on it. I mean, I am an active reader, and this was a really active experience for me. No idea is so big that you can't take the first step. And what the example that he said was about Richard Branson calling Boeing to see if he could lease an airplane to create Virgin America Airlines or Virgin Airlines. Now, if you think about that, that was just a phone call. That wasn't and you say, oh, well, maybe, I don't have the connections that he has. Well, so what? Just make the phone call. Just call and talk to somebody on the phone. And that's something that I've really been looking at and facing about my own personal struggles, is that I don't like making phone calls. And one of the things that the successful people that I admire do very well is they call people on the phone. They just pick up the phone and they make a call and they talk to people, and they talk to enough people until they figure out who they need to talk to, and then they talk to that person. And that's just a series of steps. It's not magic. It's not, hocus pocus. It's just a series of steps. So I, of course, have a small soap business, and we have been growing about 60% every year, which is actually quite larger than most market trends of small businesses. And we're entering our 5th year. And that is because I, as I mentioned, am a scholar of people's lives. This is the book about Roxanne Quimby, here we go. The founder of, the co-founder of Burt's Bees. She is a very interesting person. If you've seen the documentary about Burt's Bees, that is not the same story as this. This is about, Burt was kind of a recluse, and he didn't really want to have a mega corporation. But this is about Roxanne Quimby, who saw an opportunity for growing a business from scratch. And she took it and she just did what had to be done over and over until she achieved it. Until she finally was able to buy something like 970 acres of Maine wilderness to do preservation activities on. She's actually trying to get it made into a national park, which is very exciting and inspirational to me. The other people I've studied are the Method Soap people, Method. I've studied. This is another wonderful case study of people who have had a vision that is kind of weird, and they have just pursued it until, next right step, and they pursued it until they got really huge. And now many people know of the Method brand. I've studied people, the Starbucks guy, Schultz, and I really just believe that there is no, in reading these people's lives, you see what they have achieved, but it takes many small actions to achieve such a huge success. And all of those small actions are within reach for you. So I want you to think about the next right step. The next right step to achieve your goals, each one of your goals, and write those next right steps down and do them. Start right now. Start today. Start immediately after you finish this video and give me a thumbs up. Because there's no time like the present, and you can absolutely do this. So I will see you. Leave in the comments what you think, what your next right step is. I look forward to that. Also, join our Facebook group. I have included the link to that in our description. And I really hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Congratulations on making it to 2017. The fact that you're here and watching this at all is cause for celebration. So have a great day, and I will see you next week. Be mighty.